Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. You guys have been talking to each other. Yay. Oh, hi, Bernadette. Oh, oh, okay. Hey, y'all. All right. Oh, sorry to hear about your friend passing. Yes, definitely. Definitely. I also had a friend who passed. Ooh, and I feel there was unfinished business between us. Haven't talked to this person in years, but I've always left the door open. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It'll be very spiritual. All right, great. Yes. Okay, great. Good to see you guys. Okay, so here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk a little bit about energy and how mentalism works. Mentalism and psychic vision or psychic practice is very similar. And I have a way that I view different energy. And what I like to do is I like to explain that I stand next to you energetically and we open what you want me to see. Okay? And that's really what happens. For me, that's like the best way that I can like describe it, okay? And so I see that I have, let's see, I have Bernadette and Leanne here. Okay. Yeah. You guys are so loving. I love it. And then Holland Sass, I love that. Okay, so Holland Sass, Leanne, Bernadette. Okay, so if you guys will do me a favor, how we're going to do this today, okay? Thank you very much. Me too. I'm very happy with it. So, what I want to do today is I would love for you to spell your name, your first name, spell your first name. Yes, beautiful to see you guys into the comments. And then I'm going to pull a card, okay? And today, I think I'll be pulling out of, it feels like, sounds like, no. Oh, okay. It's going to be the Rider Waite deck. I'm really excited by that. Okay. So that means that it's going to be fast paced. The reading won't take very long. I'm not taking questions. I do questions via WhatsApp. So if you want to ask a question, you're more than welcome to formulate the question, text me on WhatsApp. I'll answer it. We'll set up a pay schedule. It's $27. So you're welcome to have questions answered, but that's how I'll answer your questions, okay? For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, right now, what I was doing is I was moving into the energy of us. And I love doing that. I love moving into the energy of us. So some of us have some spirit with us, and that's like the pressure that you might find in your chest area, pressure, little trouble breathing. So it might be people who have passed that you haven't resolved things with, or you're holding on to bits and pieces of experience that you've had with them. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's usually what we do during grief. And grief is actually us going through our memory of them, right? And allowing, allowing ourselves to recognize that they're no longer physically present, right? And that we're still left with this kick to reach out to them, or we'll feel unresolved because we weren't there at the very end, right? Okay. So the idea, all right, is that we're going to do like a little clearing for the thread first. All right. So, and then read the directions. All I need you to do is write your first name into the comments, spell your name into the comments, and then I will step into your energy and pull a card. Okay? All right. Oh, wow. And I am so drawn to bright colors. I am toxic as fuck though, so I get that. Perfect. There's colors on the tarot cards. Those must be toxic as fuck too. Damn. I have tattoos. I might be, I might be, something else too, right? Whatever you make up is your fucking world. Live your best life. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to go back up through the... Oh, yes, Holland Sass. Okay, that bended elbow. I know who you are. Okay, great. Okay, thanks, Crystal. Okay, Crystal, I see your name. So what I'm going to do is I'll use you first. The first thing that we're going to do is we will go all the way back up to the top. And I just want to, uh, yeah, Bernadette, it's okay that you have all these emotions. Okay, you're allowed to have these emotions and you're telling everybody that you're processing. And that's beautiful. That means that you know where you're at and you understand that sorrow is part of grief and that missing this individual and not being able to stop crying is allowing you to deeply process that connection. It's nothing wrong. It's very average, very normal. So many blessings. All right. What we're going to do right now is not only for Bernadette, but everybody on the thread. We're going to come into an agreement to engage. All right. And when we said that, all of a sudden the energy started to swirl. All right. The energy is swirling because it's in the middle of my intention. My intention is to connect us all through consciousness and choice and allow us to sit in an energetic vibration of oneness, not to negate any place that we are, not to refuse to view what we're feeling, a place that celebrates every emotion, every nuance of our beingness. Because we're special. We're humans and we're special. And when we start to recognize other humans as special, that shows our humanity. That's why it's so beautiful. All right, first things first, we'll do clean up on aisle 9. All right? And I'll go 1, 2, 3. I'll just whoop. Let's see if that helps. That feels lighter. Now we're going to come into a little bit more emotional base because we're going to drop deeper into our physical body. We're noticing our breath. We're letting go of thought and ideation, and we're opening to possibility. Our breath is representing our body, and there might be a heaviness or a solidity, gravity pull toward your body and the earth. And that's a centering and grounding intention that we're doing right now. And as we do that, we're going to release spirit energy. So I want you to think of the people that you've recently left and lost. All right? I want you to think about the beauty of the circumstances, of all the interactions that you managed to have while you were both physical. It will be very emotional to those who feel connected to this command, this intention, and that's okay. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up a beautiful gate of transition. It'll be filled with light and love and whatever it is that the individual wanted for what comes next, what they believed in. You can feel the acceptance, you can feel the love, you can feel the harmony. And then we're going to invite all spirit energy in need of transition to go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. And as we release that beautiful spiritual energy, our body lightens, things start to get a little bit easier and open. And we're going to open up the heavens. We're going to ask all the cosmic beings that stepped in to help us for wherever it is that we're at, whatever we asked for help for. We're going to release them. And we're going to acknowledge them in gratitude. Thank you for your service. You may go. Okay? I like taking a deep breath in and letting go. Then allowing myself to settle deeper into my physical body. All right. Now, right now, I'm sensing that all of us, if we're willing, are feeling, okay? And that feeling is not descriptor emotion feeling, it is presence. We're feeling our presence together, all right? Keep settling into the energy of you. All is well. You're safe. You're seen. You're loved. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go through the comments. I was going to try to set my computer up so that I could see better. So I'm going to come in and go out. It might be a good effect later. You never know. Okay, so, all right. So let's see. I'll go to the first person who spelled their name in there. Okay. Bernadette. Okay, Bernadette. Ooh. As I step into your vibration of loss, because you mentioned it, and we're not going to separate you from it, but what we will do is we will give you ease, an additional perception of ease. We'll add a vibration and frequency to bring you a measure of solace and acceptance, so that as you remember others you've lost, because that's where you're at, you can recognize that they're with you in spirit. Okay? All right, let's pull a card. Ooh, Queen of Swords. All right. So, Queen of Swords, it refers to your friend. Your friend is giving you a message. She's telling you that she wants you to go on. You're the strong one. You're the strong one. You're the strong one. And she feels like she's laughing, crying, gratitude filled. She's so grateful that you found her. She didn't know if anybody would find her because she was very untethered, wasn't sure exactly what it was that she wanted. She doesn't believe exactly like you. However, she wants you to know that she found it. Whatever it is you guys were discussing, she found it. She wants you to know that she's okay and that she loves you unconditionally and that life is good. Life is good. So she is alive. There is this vibrancy to this. And you're going to see her in different aspects. It could be like what I'm seeing right now outside the window is a hummingbird who has stilled, who has stopped. And that's how she's going to show you that she's present with you. Okay? You'll notice that a bird will stop right by you. Okay? In front of you, collect your attention, and then that is her telling you that everything is okay. All right? And so that was the Queen of Swords. Thank you, Bernadette. Okay. All right. Next. Yay. Okay, next. All right. This is, I'll leave you with that, Bernadette. Thank you. I know that it's difficult. Okay. Now, as we release that field, we're going to move into another field. This field is Leanne. And I feel like a lot of joyous energy and a little perplexity as to why you wouldn't be notified of things prior to them coming into these machinations. There's a fairness quality to it. I also want to let you know that that fairness quality is stuff that's come up earlier in childhood. There was maybe a rift between you and this individual, which is fine. It has been resolved. I want to let you know that. And you guys are not necessarily a tribe aspect, but you are meant to have soul experiences together occasionally. Okay? Ooh, all right. Here's your card. Your card is about travel. It's about travel and funding the will. to travel. It's not about the money, it's about taking time for yourself and moving forward in different ways. And this travel has to do with study, courses, things that maybe you would like to do to further your purpose and to pad your degree bank or your continuing education. That's what they're telling me. In that, it's situational, but you've been ruminating on it, and they want to let you know that although you have been given a, it looks like you've been given a sentence. That's the only thing I can call it. You've been given a sentence, and the sentence is dissatisfactory, and you're absolutely right. And you don't need to do more or be more in order to be enough. That's the one thing that I'm getting. And the travel aspect to it is, if you wanted, you could definitely find a different district. You could find a different aspect. You can look for programs that are adjacent to what it is that you would like to do, and situationally you could qualify for those. All right. And playing safe, staying in the same space may not be your avenue of growth. Okay. And so something to consider might be that here I am stepping forward into another district, another school, another surrounding aspect that really satisfies the drama aspect, the performance aspect, because that's where you find your most freedom. Your freedom, when it comes, it's like a trifecta. That's where you get your mind, body, spirit rejuvenation. And so, even if you were to start like an after school program with young kids, there might be funding for that, but it's extra work. You're already working a lot. Having a lateral position to move into, that might work. However, I'm seeing that you could travel to do it as well. Not traveling while working, but you could go to a different location and have that same opportunity. That's what I'm seeing. And it's situational. This is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about employing mind, body, spirit, but also being aware and recognition of what you've asked for and what you've done to allow yourself to receive it. What story are you telling yourself? The story that you could be telling yourself, a different perception would be, oh, this isn't ready yet, but this is what I want. And then redefining whatever the curriculum is to fit what it is that you think it should be. And then asking the universe to provide that back to you, to reflect it back to you in a position in one of these aspects. It could be this school, this school, this school, or this district, this district, this district. But you need to, because we're coming to the new moon, all right? Soon enough, as we're in this release. We're in a release right now of 2 weeks. The 2 weeks will last, and then the new moon will come. The new moon's Cancer. It'll be Jupiter's last little bit inside. So the expansion of flow that you're asking for, really articulating it to yourself and opening it up, that's going to give you your best benefit. It does feel very career centric, so that might be it. It also might be play centric. Okay, and it might just be you getting into your childlike self and allowing you to have that playfulness. Okay, and I'll leave you with that. Okay, let's see. Ooh, and then I have Crystal. Okay, Crystal. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna stay with Leanne for a second. I do feel pressure in my mind here a little bit, and so what I want to do is I want to alleviate that. And it isn't anything that you have to figure out. It's stuff that will be presented to you, and you just have to allow yourself to dream or go into possibility over it about what you might like to experience. Okay, you don't have to write it down. It doesn't have to be hard and fast. It needs to be a buoyant frequency that you're practicing. There we go. There we go. A buoyant frequency that you're practicing, so that way when you visit it, it feels joyous, happy, appreciative, because that's what you really are. And so you're just reflecting back to you what feels best. And these are the sort of circumstances you'd like to surround yourself in. Okay? All right. And I'll leave you with that. Okay, so we'll step back from Leanne. And we'll stand with Crystal. Okay, it feels hot where I'm at. Wow. I feel like I'm in the sunshine. Okay, all right. So let's see. Ah, okay. And while we're in this entrainment, what we're doing is we're clearing. We're constantly clearing to hold the vibration that's elevated away from the attached. Okay? And the attached isn't wrong. It just is our main focus right now. And if we want shift or we want change, we need to let go of that pertinent focus and allow all the focus, like all the possibilities to show up so that we again instill choice in our experience, and then we can have more fun. Okay? All right. I love that. Okay. Wow. Ooh, all right. Ah, okay. All right, Crystal, here we go. This is like a double shot, okay? So, what I'm getting is that you're very dissatisfied and you feel spiritually bankrupt to a certain degree. The idea is to let you know that it is situational, it isn't something that is going to keep you down. Okay. However, it is a focus, so you keep dwelling on it. You keep thinking, what is XYZ? How come it's XYZ? And it isn't for you to figure out. There are circumstances that are external that have nothing to do with what it is you're experiencing, but you're looking at those as representation. In that representation, you're taking on more energy. That more energy is resulting in overwhelm, okay, and overactivity, overstimulation. And you're learning how to partner. You're learning how to partner. This is the spiritual lesson aspect. The first card I pulled was Five of Pentacles. So you're in that faith or friction space. Like, do you have enough faith that the money will show up, or that the material wealth will show up, or that everything will be okay? Or are you fighting yourself saying that there's limitation and you're not enough and it can't show up? Situation card. It isn't a life lesson card. This is a situation card. The representation of it is, can you have faith in the midst of hardship? Right? Okay. The hardship is situational, so that just means that you're already halfway there and you're going to move into solution next. So I would keep going. That's what I would do. The next card that I pulled, because it felt like it pertained to something, and it pertains to a spiritual lesson. The spiritual lesson is partnership, but it's also about love. It's about integrity. It's about how you want to show up for yourself. Where are you in line when it comes to you, right? When you're trying to get everything done. Where are you in that line? Are you taking care of you first, middle, last, at all? And that's really what this is. So, this bankrupt sort of feeling, okay, is a depletion of you not taking care of yourself, all right, the way that you could and might want to, so that you feel happier and have an idea about you being important and valued in your life. And everybody is going through a similar circumstance, okay? But yours is a spiritual lesson. So if you're any of the earth signs, this moon was really big for you. And this moon for the next 2 weeks, 10 to 13 days, is going to continue to release what you thought and felt, physical, material, abundance, wealth, success was. And now you'll redevelop who you are in a worthy aspect, okay? And lovable. You're creating lovability is really what I see, all right? And so this is the Lover's card that came up. The Lover's card is a spiritual lesson. This could be external along with somebody who is in partnership with you. There's also the outlying aspect that somebody is trying to do something and take something from you. All right. However, this this is a story and situation, and this is a life lesson showing you how to partner with yourself and make you important. It isn't about getting a pound for pound, flesh for flesh, eye for an eye sort of aspect. It's more about what can you be satisfied with and how you show up. And that is what you're learning in this little spiritual tete-a-tete that you're in. All right? I would say you're I started and you were at like 20 something, then it went to 30 and it went into the 40s. Now it's an 80 something percent that you'll be victorious in whatever that is. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Yet the reason that it moves back and forth is because there is this, well, what if it doesn't work? Okay? And that, well, if it doesn't work, what am I going to do? You don't have to worry about that. You just say, well, it's going to work out anyway. No matter what happens, it's going to work out anyway. And that's going to help you out a lot. The way that you talk to yourself can be in limitation or it can be in freedom. The freedom is going to be in how you frame it toward yourself so that you can access life. And you access life through the story of the narrator in your mind. So it tells you a story, which is you telling yourself a story. All right. You're reading frequencies around you and you're interpreting them. You're interpreting them through clear cognition. So ideas, possibilities, supposition. You're creating a perception. So you're seeing them. All right. You're viewing them. Sometimes you'll get pictures in your mind's eye or you'll see something that reminds you of what it is that you would like. Okay. You'll talk to yourself about it. That's your clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairaudience. All right. And then you'll see if it aligns. You'll perceive if it aligns to the body, the physical body, and you'll feel into the frequency and you'll generate whether or not that emotion supports or diminishes the story that you're telling. All right? If it diminishes and you don't catch the information that you're spouting, you'll continue to diminish yourself because you're who hears yourself 100% of the time. If you spot it when you hear the diminishment and don't stress and berate yourself, that's the best course. And just say, oh, look, I need another perception, another story. What's another story about what I'm experiencing? All right? And keep telling it until it's funny, whimsical, and then those solutions are what show up. Okay? Right now, it feels as though you're holding this in such a way that you're not going to be able to change until you do let go of it from the story that you're telling. And that's all I'm saying. Okay? I'll leave you with that. Now we'll all step back from Crystal. Many blessings. Okay. Happy birthday. I don't know why everything's going wrong. Wow. That mind duck. You know what's really interesting? Oh, okay. So, yeah, there is a bully here. Oh, well, okay. So, first, okay, mind duck, here we are. Mind duck, you're afraid to put your name there. That's the first thing, okay? And then you want to come here and you want to say it's only common sense. The reason you say that is because you're intuitive and you practice common sense. Not many people do, okay? Your version of common sense comes from fear. Your fear that somebody else could be more right than you are knocks you out every single time. You have a habit of trolling accounts to make them feel and be diminished in your eyes so you feel and seem better to yourself. All right? I am a very common sense, intuitive mentalist. As are you. As is everyone who is here. So no bullshit. No bullshit. We all know what's going on here. Or maybe you're not applying common sense. And maybe you aren't intuitive. Okay? But you're the only one that gets to say that to yourself. Nobody's going to tell you that. Okay? So when you come and you troll and you do those things to others, that is bullying. That's not an adult. That is a person who lacks sympathy and consideration. Okay? When you lack sympathy and consideration, you have to puff yourself up bigger than you are to matter. That's sad. That's really sad. I'm not reading you right now. That's just my common sense. And I'm not being a bully. I'm just stating the obvious. Okay? You're more than welcome here if you would like to participate truly. Okay? If not, then I would invite you to move along. Okay? I will figure out how to kick you off of here by taking away from people who want to be here. And that's not necessary. I'm just going to trust that since you called yourself an adult, you can show the fuck up like that. All right? Okay. Onward. Okay, let's see. I'm going down to the bottom to see where I'm at with that. You're very welcome, because that's really what it is. We're all coming from a place of the unknown. We don't know where we're going to show up next. So we're intuiting our fucking world. And if something feels frightening, we're going to abolish it. We're going to diminish it. We're going to take it out because it threatens our survival of our mind, our body, and our spirit. When you become accepting and inclusive, it lets go of the need to diminish others or to pull others down. All right? So be kind. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. It allows you to be accepted and acceptable. Nobody has to be accepted by others, but if you want a life that's going to give you joy, you need to accept yourself, not argue for yourself. Okay? What little limitations are you leaving behind that really, you know, describe you? Okay, that's it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I have Crystal. Now I'm going to go to the next one. I have Mo in Light from England, but I don't have a name. And then I have Nyla, I believe, and it's your birthday. I would love to give you a birthday reading. Write your name in the comments, all right? No questions. I do questions on WhatsApp. So my WhatsApp button is in all the places, and you would start a chat and you would ask me the question. I would look at the question, and then if I need clarification, I'll ask for clarification. I'll send you a payment link. You'll make a payment, and then I will leave you a voice note for the reading that will be specific to you. All right, that's how I'll do that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm happy you donated $500 to whomever it is you wanted to donate that to. It wasn't me. Many blessings. Many blessings for whoever got that. Okay. Oh, Tan. Okay, so now we are at Tan. All right. Tan. Yay. Ooh, that feels delicious. Okay, here we go. What we're doing in this thread is we're practicing community. We're practicing how we can feel one another in our own conscious individual experience. All right? How we align to consciousness through a thought, through a feeling, through an emotion. All right? Tom, you feel so joyous. I can't wait either. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I know. I just feel like any minute now they're going to call me and let me know what day we're going to start shooting this. I'm so excited. All right. Keep going. Keep going. Ooh, okay. So here we'll go ahead and we'll bring a little card out. Ooh, all right. Man, have you been doing some soul searching, some deep soul searching? You're also becoming quite the teacher. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm noticing. The the card I pulled is the moon card. All right. That gives me my bridge to where it is I'm going to read for you. All right. So I'm looking at dark night of the soul, spiritual shifts, that deep shadow work. And what I'm seeing is teacher. I'm seeing teacher written all over it. And I would encourage you I would encourage you to host circles. That's what I would encourage you to do. And either that or attend a circle, but I think that you should host a circle, and it should be like it should probably be a co-ed circle. That would probably be really good, very healing, very therapeutic. You could do it like once a month is what I'm seeing. It looks like it's going to be in the sunshine in the park. It could start with friends. It could be sharing like tools. I know that you have a lot of tools and you have a lot of practices that you're bringing forward. I think that maybe having a few friends attend, that would help. And then what you might want to do is, because see, this is what the work is representing to you. This is what the shadow work is actually having a voice. So you're bringing your voice forward. As you bring your voice forward, it's going to allow you to connect with more individuals. Having a place to land for those talks is very important. I think you should develop an offer, if you don't already have it, to do readings or insights. I think that would be very beneficial. I think that you could charge pretty much what you would like, and you're very good and accurate for sure. And I like how you have a broadening of what it is that you're delivering as far as your gifts. With the suggestion that I had given you about creating the circle, because I see that about every 2 weeks somebody shows up to the work that you just finished, okay? And you're teaching them exactly what you just learned. And so I think that you could do it on a greater scale. I think that you could do it in a fun environment. I think the activities would be really good. It could even be a potluck picnic, but I do see you doing that. It could be down by the beach, but I see you outdoors. I see you with a circle. I see you leading, but also letting other people be a part of. It looks really beautiful. And I think that this is the dark night of the souls, basically, that you're going through, is the ability to be seen, the willingness to be seen, the honesty to be seen. And I think that's what you're going through right now. Okay? Yay! Great card. All right. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. Oh, okay. Hi, Blondie. You need grounding. We miss you. I'm experiencing a very challenging time in my life. Any insights and guidance? Yes, write your name in the comment and I will gladly say your name. Okay. Leora. Okay, great. So I'm at Leora. Very cool. All right. Whew. I would say you've been doing some deep spiritual work. It could be ancestral because I immediately got hot, and when I get hot like that, it's usually because somebody's holding on to some spirit. The spirit's not bad, it's just that you have a lot in your field. You've been in contemplation an awful lot. What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? And I think that if we just center right now, I can give you an excellent reading. So I want you to come into your awareness. You stand outside and observe yourself an awful lot. And right now I want you to be you instead. Okay? So be you. There you go. Good job. Take a breath and let go. And now I want you to imagine that the field's really tight and it's up against you, but there's just enough room to put your fingers into the space and then begin to push it away. Okay? It's energy. Your intention is going to allow you to feel or sense that the energy is spreading out, giving you spaciousness. Okay? So I want you to do that. There you go. Okay. And you see how right in that moment we came into like that levitation or that floaty space where we're right as rain in that alignment. See? Okay. And that's because you decided that your field could be spacious. That's how that works. All right? Okay, so let me give you a currently question. Let me give you a currently answer. Right now, I'm also opening up the gate by you. It might feel slightly emotional. There's a little pressure on your head. We're going to let go of that as well. And we'll let go of spirit energy, all spirit energy in need of transition. Go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. Take a deep breath in and release. There you go. Yeah. All day, every day, we pick stuff up. We're constantly in contact with ourselves. Constant Contact was a great name for like a mail program. Okay. Ooh, okay. So just spread it out and then choose one. All right, here we are. Ooh, how nice. Again, a card of situation. So a situational card is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. Okay. I really feel I really feel that this is representational of your divine feminine masculine. Okay? So I think that what we'll do, because like I feel like you are noticing chaos and not being a part of it, which is really good. However, understanding that that is part of you, okay, and letting it just be, and then deciding whether or not you want to focus into it or not is okay. If it's extraneous or external, then it has to be let to be that. See how that felt? Okay. There you go. All right. So let's teach how you can balance your divine masculine feminine, okay? This is an easy exercise that is actually based in Qigong. And you take your hands and you splay them. You splay your hands out as far as you can. And then you marry them, you meet them to where like they're exact. And you apply a little bit of pressure. You can hold your elbows out and you want to put the hands in front of your heart chakra. You want to sit there and you're going to feel the energy begin to flow through your body. It's starting on the right at your front temple, and then it will fill up the right hand side until it gets a little heavy. It's pushing out all of the stagnant energy that isn't flowing. That's why it feels that way. And then it's moving to the left. There you go. And then it'll fill that side up and it will push out all that stagnant energy. And it feels like it's coming around to the front, right? Okay. And what you want to do is you want to say the word balance. There you go. Now you've balanced both the right and left hemispheres of the body and brain. You have made all of the stagnant energy begin to move and recognize that it's in representation of you. Okay, so this is how you learn to heal. So it feels like you do like a lot of ass over tea kettle stuff to where like, I used to call it throwing spaghetti on the wall to see what works. And I don't think that you're in that desperation. I think that that is a pattern or information that you've operated on for a very long time. And to get out of that habit, that habitual, I must be doing something, is very challenging for you. I would say that this card really represents more about how you can fill your own cup. How can you fill your cup and take care of you so that you can be a better partner for you? So that as you show up, you are enough in every story that you tell yourself, every narrative that you listen to of yourself and your experience. Reframing is going to be one of your best friends right now. I think that a good exercise for you is to take a cup and take a lot of little pieces of paper and write down great little words of affirmation, fold them in half, put them into the cup, and draw from the cup every day to fill you. Okay? And then feel into the vibration that you've created on the paper and allow yourself to tune in the way that you would like. It's very situational. It's something that you felt out of sorts about. There is pressure in your thorax, so in the back. So maybe a stabbing in the back sort of feeling is what you have. Maybe that's the situation that you're trying to not ignore but defocus from. Let's recognize that. Let's bring it fully present. Okay? Let's move into acceptance, just acceptance that it is what it is. It doesn't have to have any extra stuff. It could just be what it is. And let's take you as you showed up and love on you and thank you and move into gratitude for you, the beauty of you. Okay, and that's surrender and acceptance right there. That's beautiful. Now you're moving into allowance. And we just want to fill the field with more perception of you that is beautiful. Just keep bringing in your beauty. All right? There you go. Perfect. Okay, so what you did was you allowed yourself to actually be the observer instead of trying to escape from a situation and look at it. Okay? And it really is simply how you want to move your energy and frequency in your experience. And how you do it is through how you talk to yourself and how you're willing to assign an emotion to it. Okay? And that's how it works. All right? So, many blessings. Balancing the divine feminine and masculine. Yay! Okay, moving, moving, moving. Down, down, down. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome. Great. I'm glad you felt that. That's right. That's right. I love you guys. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you very much. Okay. And all the people who are, oh, Tina. Okay, so there's a Tina. Now I'm at Tina. You know what's funny is that sometimes there's this element of surprise on the party that I'm getting ready to read, the individual that I'm getting ready to join in sacred energy, right? The one that I'm going to step into their consciousness. And there's this little element of surprise, like, oh. and I just experienced that with you. That's fine. Yes, I become very present. I become very present and you with me. And that's how this works, because in order to mentally read or suss out information, you need to have the frequency to read. Okay? And there's no better conduit than the individual themselves. I can make up all kinds of stuff. I'm a great storyteller. So great. And so I don't have to necessarily do that when I just go to the source and I ask the source's energy what it is that they need. How can I support them? See how your energy is going like this now? And it's like, ooh, I'm starting to feel delicious. And it's because in order to come into the entrainment with me, you have to let go of where you're at. So whatever your focuses are, whatever your I need, I have to, this must, it starts to fall away. And the reason it falls away is because I don't have to hold that. And I'm inviting you into the frequency I'm practicing. When I do that, because it's a faster vibration and it's a stronger vibration, most likely people will gravitate towards that. They'll gravitate towards that in their mind, like their mind is open and we're all connected in consciousness. All right. So they might look at my perceptions and borrow some of the meanings, create their own beliefs from them. All right. Maybe they'll feel into and have a sensory awareness about this experience. And as you do, that's the sensory awareness that you're feeling with no emotion attached to it. There's sensory awareness around us all the time, like all the time. Sometimes we don't want to be quiet. We become Peter in the garden and we just got to like throw something out there. And we don't necessarily have to do that. We could be very present and allowing, okay? Present and allowing. Our physical body is going to be our breath, literally our breath. So every time you breathe in, you're adjusting your energy and adjusting your energy. There's intention in everything you do, whether you think you're participating 100% or not at all. There is always intention, okay? All right. Ooh, that feels much better. Okay. All right, so Tina. All right. I'm feeling like a little bit of sunshine and some warmth. I also got like horses for some reason. Don't know why I got horses. So I think that you're probably pretty active, or they're encouraging me to tell you to get active. We'll know by the card. Oh yeah, you need to get active. You need to go for a walk, person. You need to go for a walk. Okay. Let's see. I say that because it's the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is a mental space, all right? So mentally, you might feel like you're at your wit's end about a circumstance. And you might have tightness in your solar plexus area. And there might be some powerlessness in a situation that you're recognizing. Sleeplessness, I don't know if it's actual. You might be going to bed later, avoiding sleep, and then going to sleep because you don't want to answer everything with sleep. You might think you're on the brink of depression. I don't think depression is really what you're looking at. I think that you're so focused on a subject that you can't let anything else in. That's what I'm reading. It is the Nine of Swords, okay? Something about this card that is really wonderful, okay, is that all the swords are sideways and they're coming in from the back of the mind and going across, but each of them is larger than life. Each sword is bigger than the individual. So they're all ideas that have created overwhelm. Some of them overlap, right? Some of them overlap. The individual is now feeling forced to go internal to figure this out. So they're going inward, all right? But there's so much purity in who they are. So much purity. That's what the white is in representation of. And it's also the bigger version of the Four of Swords. So it is about meditation. It is about reconnection to your spiritual self. It is about you, okay? And because it feels like somebody has caused this to you, the story that you have will be about that individual. And what I would suggest is I would look at it as though for you, what has been done for me. And I would look at the freedoms that have been brought about by those actions, okay? So something else about the bed. The bed is very ornate and it's very luxurious, basically. And then you have the pomegranates, which means that there's plenty. It's not a place of lack that the individual comes from, but it's a place of overabundance in the thought processes about what could happen. What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? I'd say that if you haven't had your spiritual awakening, if you haven't had your spiritual awakening, like if you haven't had this epiphany of like, oh, everything I was taught was fucking wrong. It doesn't have to be that drastic. But I think that if you haven't had that yet, it is coming, but situationally. It is a repeat if you have had it, but it's a bigger opening because there's more of you to accept. And that's what I'm going to leave you with, okay? I would say that slowing down, like here's a trick that I have, when it comes to being overwhelmed in my mental acuity. And I do get overwhelmed. And I have to know a way to stop so that I don't feel that overwhelm 100% of the time, because I'm often in consciousness with everyone, just often. And there is a lot of overwhelm. So I select what frequency I want to read from and connect to. The overwhelm might be adjacent to you, yet it's so familiar you're using it. Okay? What would flowers look like in your mind? What would the ocean feel like if you viewed it in your mind? What would standing at the edge of a beautiful vista feel like in your mind? Your mind can feel. That's how the sensory awareness works. And you see how it gets a little bit more spacious because you've introduced more perception, more ingenuity, more work for it to look for, right? Okay. And then tell yourself, I want to slow down. I want to slow all the energy around me down. I want to slow it down to where it's easy to access. I want all of the stories to fall away that don't fit. I don't need them. I could put them in this book and put them back in the Akashic Records, borrow them anytime I want. Ah, there I am, the center of my attention again. There you go. Then I start mantras. I love mantras. I like easy mantras. The mantras that I use are self-made, so you can make your own. One that really brings me a lot of joy is thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Lucinda. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another one is I love the beauty of my life. I love the beauty of the circumstance. I love the beauty in what I see, and just using the word beauty throughout. Another one is everything is always working out for me, and then saying it in different tonations so that my body begins to accept it and becomes cellular memory, so that now when I reach situations, that's exactly what happens. I love you, Lucy. I love you, Lucy. I love you, Lucy. I love you, Lucy. That's another one. Those affirmations are key to me and my sanity. So I use them often. I use them often. It also lets me reprogram myself into the state of being I'd like to operate and show up in. And so that's why. And I'll leave you with that. Okay. Jason. Okay, Jason. Jason, I would say that you're a big energy. Like, you're a big energy. You're very solid in who you are. You have a great knowing that you're enough. And you're unsure that other people know that. Okay? First, it's not for other people to know. It isn't. It's not for other people to know. It is for you to know. And then that's how you get to show up. Okay? So, you already know that you're enough. You're learning your worth. What's that worth in your circumstances, right? I feel like you're either embarking on a practice or you have a fully fledged practice, and what they're telling me is it's good for you to get back to basics, whatever your basics are. If it was writing, if it was reading something, if it was a daily practice of something, they're encouraging me to let you know that it'd be good for you to get back to your basics, whatever your basics are. Okay? You are looking for reconnection in being enough. You're dissatisfied about what's being served to you at the moment. Okay. All those pops, huh? Let's see. Goodness. All right. So again, in order to be part of community, you have to know how to take care of yourself. You have to know how to spiritually cleanse and create hygiene for yourself and learn how not to take on other people's energy and have a practice that allows you to create your own intentional experience. Okay? You're doing all of this, yet it's just happening. All right? If you were a bit more intentional, you would, I would say, you would harness is a weird word, harness, flow is a better word. So you would be able to flow your energy in the directions of your interest. Whereas sometimes it goes back and forth to where you feel very subjugated, to where like, oh, it happened, now I. And it isn't really that, okay? It's difficult in this world right now because there's so much uh, There's so much voice from everyone, from all over. All right. So everyone is speaking, right? And as we're speaking, most of it is internal. So looking at the dialogue that you're holding on to right now is going to be very key to providing you with what it is that you desire. It's 4 cups that we're working with right now. So it is about flow, it's about water, it's about emotion. It's also about being offered something by the universe and not feeling completely satisfied because it isn't exactly what you asked for. All right? Since it is situational, it doesn't make it right or wrong. It just means this is the circumstance that you're experiencing right now, okay? All right? So the idea would be to notice. It's again noticing where you're at and giving yourself that voice. Okay? So, an exercise that I would do, this is like an exercise I do. If if I'm not really sure what I'm dissatisfied about and I don't want to be dissatisfied about the things that I have. I know, cuz insanity's there. And cuz like I'll talk to myself all day like that. Then what I'll do is I'll get a lot of sheets of paper, like maybe 5 to 7, and I like them lined because I I like them lined. I like lined paper. And then I start writing about what I'm feeling, just what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, whatever it is. I just word vomit onto the paper. I keep word vomiting, word vomiting until it starts to turn in the direction that I would like it. Okay? So, first, what you received is exactly what you manifested. All right? What you may not have taken into consideration is where you manifested from, the vibration, the frequency that you chose to ask for the experience. Okay? And this writing exercise will show you where you're at right now, and it will let you let go of that and then move into a different vibration that is another perception waiting to be focused into. Okay? All right. I don't think that it's life changing. It does feel like this is just like a little hiccup that you maybe went through, and you're not necessarily on the other side of it. So, asking for something different while you're still in the circumstance, you're still trying to manifest from the same vibration. That's why doing the writing, moving into a different sequence of feeling and emotion and thought will help, because then what you ask for is going to be different. It's going to come from a different source, okay? Because this source is this vibration, this source is this vibration. And I think that that would help you out an awful lot. And um, these next couple of weeks, we're releasing big things. We're releasing, because Chiron just moved into Taurus. Taurus is a constellation in astrology, and it's about material wealth and beauty and the I have, okay? And Chiron is a wounded healer, so any kind of dad mom wounds that you have around money or material possessions, that's all going to come up, all right? And the idea is to realize that you're your own provisional partner, and that you can have partnership, but you also want them to show up in that way. And if that isn't being satisfied, you have to learn how to satisfy what you desire from yourself, and that's the boundary. Those are the boundaries, all right? And I think that as you draw your boundaries for how you can take care of yourself and love yourself, like really love yourself. Sometimes you string yourself out really thin, okay? It isn't people pleasing. You wouldn't want to say it's people pleasing. I would say that it is acceptance wanting, all right? And I think that if you cut back on that a little bit and ask, hey, do I have the capacity? Am I in a good position? Is this right for me? I think that would be, those would be great questions for you, okay? And I'll leave you with that. Okay, let's see. Oh, you're welcome. I hope that everybody received their reading. I don't know if all of the comments do show up. Thank you guys for being so present when we had adversity together. And being direct is always going to be best, and being kind is always going to be best. And that's how I'm going to keep showing up, because I love people. I love people, and it's easy for me to see me in other people's actions. See, I could see the individual because I could see myself in the individual. And I know where I used to be and why I used to show up that way. And I don't have to anymore. I hope you guys have the best day ever. I'm probably going to pop up again next week. I like Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Those are my favorite. But if Friday is the day, then Friday is the day. All right? I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Now we're going to figure out how to end this thing.